seen this one before.
Yeah, what skin is that? Does anyone in chat know?
But Eddie throwing out a nice perfect clear. Definitely seeming a little slower this round than just the warm-up.
That might actually benefit Ed, because if he retaliates, he could just tank what ZeroT sends and just retaliate with back-to-backs, having tanked it.
Yeah, and you notice Eddie, it seems like Eddie actually kind of playing at a bit of a comfortable speed until he really needs that. I don't know if you saw that quick burst at the end there.
Yeah, unfortunate piece set for Eddie to get trying to downstack that, given the first point over to ZeroT. And you can see ZeroT is already sort of adjusted to this meta. You can see them constantly stacking DT Cannon, just seeing how powerful it is.
ZeroT going hefty on the back-to-back right now. Breaking it to make a huge spike down, finding that STSD very clean. That's going to be a big threat to Eddie, but you look over and there's nothing there. Got it. I also hand it to Eddie, who's making some fantastic stacking decisions right now. Has a single line of garbage and actually able to top ZeroT out. Just too much LST pressure. Really clean round from Eddie there.
Eddie's just really happy staying at the bottom of the board and trying to play it as safe as possible. And you can't exactly blame him for that. And look at all that clean garbage that he's able to work with.
Yeah. It's definitely helping Eddie out as he is able to kind of overcome what looked like a speed disadvantage earlier, but now able to play at kind of the same rate as ZeroT. Bit of an awkward placement, but I gotta say, Eddie able to clean it up very nicely with some clever solutions at that down stack.
If you're looking at Eddie and you're saying, how do I want to counter this? I think one of the best bets you've got is sending a lot of cheat. ZeroT, if in ZeroT's case, you may want to look at donation well and SDS, wherever you could extend those back-to-backs.
That's kind of what we see at the end of that game there almost, is Eddie is getting through some of this cheese and then absolutely walloped by just a wall of clean garbage with more ready to come. ZeroT stacked. A little bit of a kind of a pleasant between these games. ZeroT with that interesting T-spin single opener starting the back-to-back off early.
I think that's an interesting reminiscence of Pebble My Spin, which was really one of the staples of Tetris DS, and you could definitely see that even though it doesn't send garbage at the beginning, it definitely does set up that back-to-back, and that's viable.
Ooh, that Z piece from ZeroT, but he's really able to quickly fix through that, though he's gonna kind of make a little mess out of this stack. He's able to find a nice spike and add on the pressure to Eddie, who just is able to return that so freely. Really a humongous downstack spike from Eddie, but he misses the T rotation. A critical, like, could that have killed? Looks like it doesn't matter, though, as Eddie secures this one anyway, bringing the match to 2-3.
It's just too scary to commentate because you have no idea which way this match might swing. One misdrop or one spike from one player, just like that, and Eddie's out with the match.
Yeah, ZeroT just sending an absolute full board at the end right now. Just an incredibly volatile game right now. Incredible spikes being sent back and forth with just some minimal cheese.
And look at his board. He's got a DT setup.
Yeah, has it ready at the end too, man. Like, wow. Looks like a mid-set skin change from Eddie.
Wait.
Excuse me? This man, like, activating his special ability?
If we see him spiking points later on, we know why, chat.
Again, some clean stacking from Eddie as he gets back down here to throw some pressure back to ZeroT. And
it looks like those donations that I was talking about just earlier have become a lot more prominent on Eddie's side as well. He's started to do a lot more donations than he was in the previous rounds.
Ooh,
ZeroT.
really nice find right there, yeah. Oh, but Eddie kind of stumbles there, and that could be a really much-needed opportunity for ZeroT to put some pressure back on and get in kind of a better spot here.
And this is good timing because Eddie's got a lot of cheese to work through. ZeroT just has to find those SCMB caves, and he could possibly send Eddie way to the top.
Yeah, Eddie getting pushed up further and further in this garbage. ZeroT got some cheese kind of to work with, while Eddie has really got a lot of clean. It's looking kind of actually scary now, as Eddie finds the spike. ZeroT able to cancel it off.
But ZeroT just played it with his own to counter that.
Ooh, and a really nice 180 to save kind of that interesting stack there.
It's very interesting with games like Tetrio and Jstris with that 180 function. Imagine how many more rounds would have been lost by players like ZeroT if they didn't have that 180, right? Like these 180 spins have saved a lot of top level players countless numbers of time.
Looks like we finally see a little bit of a pace change in the matches. ZeroT decides to speed up and really stack some 9-0 back to back, trying to kind of just shift it up a little bit on Eddie. Is what is easily one of the longest matches that we've watched tonight.
Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing hurry up garbage tonight. And
but 190 critical misdrop at the top there. Kind of a bad placement for ZeroT's, not quite able to escape. Bag another round for Eddie.
Interesting set of attacks from ZeroT to actually stall towards hits. And look at that clean garbage on ZeroT's side. If he can make use of that, this could be very deadly. Oh, those holes are scary though. Those are bad misdrops.
Ooh, but he's able to clean right up through it with a good combo down stack, as well as some just clean skimming afterwards. Looks like ZeroT is able to return his board to a fairly clean state and ready to set up a massive spike. He decides to shave it off and sort of readjust.
But he's just received a spike of his own for ZeroT. And trying to cheese it out as well. Ooh. And look at these replies. ZeroT with a bad misdrop. That could be the end of the round.
Eddie finally evening it out here. Kind of like I feel like we've seen Eddie kind of shift in terms of how he approaches ZeroT here. He's kind of just really fiending off of this clean garbage, just as he's realized it's really just free real estate.
Yeah, finding those opportunities to attack with clean garbage and finding the weaknesses. And it happens again. ZeroT at the top of his board. He's not able to escape. Taking the lead from ZeroT is Eddie, 5-4 now.
Really nice down stack there at the end, with Eddie finding some clever spins, including that really nice Z spin at the end there, just to really add in that extra little bit. Eddie kind of hitting the jets right now, kind of hitting a increase in the speed that we've seen earlier this match too.
I think one of those reasons is because now that he's searching more for those sort of donations, right? You also have to worry about if you actually have those T pieces. But this is not something to be talking about. Eddie's at the top of his board and he's not able to escape. That's 5-5 to tie up the board from ZeroT. Unfortunate misdrops towards the top, and that was a really fatal one as well. That was an eyepiece to block off the well.
Yeah, that JI is a real rough sequence for Eddie there. It's kind of a bit of a nightmare to get out of anyone. Speaking of rough sequences, again with the misdrops quick early on the PCO for Eddie there, he's getting right out through, and it looks like, honestly, it's not even gonna matter as he almost gets back in that preferred board state of just look at all this free attack I've got.
Really scary for him though, because he's not getting the optimal pieces, and he just can't down stack out of it, and that puts ZeroT at match points. 6-5 ZeroT.
Just one piece behind there really just kind of nails him though. That L very end could be the saving factor as we move into game point for ZeroT. Again, we see Eddie hitting this increased speed.
But at the same time, it's starting to lead to more drops going on.
Yeah, I was kind of scared. It's
Eddie, how are you surviving this?
Oh my jeez, dude. That is way too close. Just the absolute nick of time. Honestly, unbelievable survival skills from Eddie right there.
ZeroT struggling to find some answers as well. He has to reply to the damage that Eddie's sending after that barracks. Bollock, sorry.
Looks like he's kind of getting his answer, though, as he's definitely getting some clean 7-2 here. Look at that. I like that floater. Oh, yeah. And he strides out that other Tetris.
And Eddie just comfortably downstacking his way all the way to the bottom as well. He can easily take a 6-3 board and turn it into back-to-backs down.
Ooh, and that out of order triple-double from ZeroT. That was beautiful.
That C-spin could have been what gave ZeroT the winning points, but unfortunately not able to get the damage off in time. But Eddie now with a lot of cheese on his board. ZeroT can just stack through, getting the final point to move on. And that sends Eddie from 5-7 to the losers bracket. And we've got ourselves another great game. Like these back and forths are just mad.
Yeah, wow. My God, man.